And welcome you to today's episode of the Pathway for Integrity. And Pastor Issavy is always with us here, Innocent Anyole and Mr. Mwesigwa. Today we are missing on the panel only Mr. Innocent Anyole because of and of course uncertainties, but hoping we shall have him next Monday, God willing. He will be here on the panel. So today, it's yet another exciting moment of discussing to do with the trust, to do with integrity, and so many. Pastor Amos, welcome.
Thank you so much, Mr. Morgan. Greetings, good evening, dear listeners. Actually, today we decided to look at something different from the trust. We will be doing another pillar of trust next Monday as we come here.
Okay.
But today we wanted to look at the general understanding of Pathway for Integrity Network, some of the activities we are doing, what should the people expect from us, what impact are we trying to make, and how can people be involved. Those are some of the things we shall be looking at. So dear listeners, we ask you or request you to invite a friend. You can increase your speaker or microphone, something of that kind. Let's have a good chat tonight. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. Last Thursday we had set an activity, online activity.
Yeah.
And so how was it?
Yeah, the online activity was very good. Actually, we had Dr. Ospan from the US, the man who has written many books. One of the books he wrote is Building Redemptive Agents. This is a very good man. Actually, some of you missed him. We were trying to invite people on the platform, but we are hoping that he will join us next time. So we are encouraging our dear listeners that next time, as we invite you to join us on the Google Meet, please endeavor to be part. Some of the things we teach you here online or on radio, these people are teaching them all over the world, and they have very transformative lessons which can help us to transform our communities, our families, and they help us to build a trustworthy global community as our mission states.
Okay.
Yeah, so the people who attended that online meeting, they really enjoyed, and actually they asked us to invite the doctor again, which actually we are planning to do.
Okay.
Please next time try to be part.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Mwesigwa, good to have you.
Nice being here on Smart FM. It's quite a while. I think I've missed either 2 weeks without attending, with some commitments here and there. But I'm glad to be on air on Smart FM. Dear listeners, we are here, Pathway for Integrity Network, and we are committed so that we spread the gospel of integrity, transparency, and ethical leadership as an organization. And it's our prayer that members of the community, where we are in Jinja, community of Uganda, and even outside Uganda, that we embrace the gospel or the good news of integrity, living lives of integrity, transparency, and ultimately we shall have ethical leadership. And most of the things have crumbled in society, not because the people in that society are bad, or not because they are unfortunate, not because God hates them, but because of lack of ethical leaders. And that's our prayer, that if we can have ethical leaders, we can have people of integrity right from our homes, places of work, in the community, then the earth, or Uganda in particular, is going to be a very good place to live in. So we shall be talking more, and I want to be ending there for now.
Okay. Thank you for joining. Now, for those that missed last Monday's episode, I want to be very exact. We looked at pillar number 6, which was connection. And we left the studios when I and the cameraman here, we had connected to have a proof that connection is important. And so even I had my friend Silver Jackson from Magamaga who made an attempt to connect, and finally we connected. So we had connection. So Mr. Mwisi, we missed the connection. That was our pillar number 6 of trust. Yeah. And so today we dive into getting to understand more of the pathway for integrity for our new people that have just joined this program, but also for those that have been following. Maybe you picked it midway and you still wonder why these guys always appear every single Monday. Pastor Isabide, I'm with you. How can we really get to understand, breaking down this pathway for integrity network? Now, for my person in Buerempe, in the district, down there, to understand this. Oh, for my person in Kasambi,
First and foremost, people should understand that we are a registered organization at the CBO level, based in Jinja, Clive Road, Haji Hussein Building, floor number 1 and shop number 21. We've been talking about this, about pathway, but now our emphasis today is to understand pathway in who we are and what we do.
Sure.
Let me go straight to who we are and what we do. We are looking at a trustworthy global community that is thriving with integrity, transparency, and ethical leadership. Mr. Morgan, today we wanted to explain these 3 words: integrity, transparency, and ethical leadership, so that your local listener, someone listening from Kasambika, may try to understand what actually we talk about and why are we getting into this. Why are we talking about transparency? Why are we talking about integrity? Why are we talking about ethical leadership? When you look at the 3 concepts, they all get us to a trusted community. But now I want to try to explain one by one, so that maybe as I explain, people may try to understand why we came up with this. Let me begin with integrity.
Please.
Referring to integrity, we try to mean consistency between words and actions. We are envisioning a community of members who are consistent in their words and actions. We can simply say that you become a person who is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Someone who does not change over time, so that people can trust your words and actions. We look at integrity as being honest, being reliable, and being trustworthy. People can trust you. You are reliable. When you say something, somebody can rely on you. That also means you can't change over time. You are the same person. We also try to look at doing the right thing when no one is watching. That is integrity. Integrity simply means you decide on doing the right thing when no one is watching. Very many times I normally talk about people practicing what we call public integrity. There's what we call public and private.
Public and private integrity.
Those are my own terms. I tried to define them like that.
Sure.
With public integrity, I try to mean the kind of integrity you practice to please people when people are watching. But when you go in private,
You are different.
you are a different person. You are not real. You are not being real. And private is being real when no one is watching. You decide to do the right thing, even when there is no one watching you.
Best man at the workplace, worst man at home.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we are looking at a community where we want to have people who have both private and integrity.
Okay.
Yeah, people who are real to themselves, people who are sincere, like you don't lie to yourself. You are what people know you, who you are, what people know you are about. The other thing is transparency. Transparency we try to mean.
Maybe before you go to transparency,
Yes.
you can add and say that a person of integrity speaks what is in the heart and does what he has said. So what is in the heart is what you are saying and
what you are
going
doing.
to do.
What you think.
The three are consistent because what is in the heart is hidden.
So
You may say
that is integrity.
what is not in the heart, and you do what you have said, but what is in the heart is different.
Okay, you know, I really want us to put it right. So if someone feels like slapping and slaps, so is that person a person of integrity? What is inside is what is doing.
No, we normally refer to
The
moral
positive-
approach.
Positive sense.
Because now someone would say, Amin was a man of integrity.
Where people understand on the good part,
On the good
on the
part.
good side,
Okay.
not the bad side.
That is
So we
now
are talking
clear.
about integrity in response to moral, in relationship to moral uprightness.
Okay.
So the other thing I wanted the other thing we are talking about also is transparency. Transparency meaning being open, being clear in decision-making processes, whereby people understand you. For example, if you're a leader in an organization, you lead people, you try to lead people with transparency, where everyone understands that so and so, I understand him. If he says A, it is A. If he says B, he means B. He's very clear in his communication. He's very clear in his leadership. So if somebody is transparent, that person can be trusted. If someone is a person of integrity, that person can be trusted. With transparency also, we look at accessibility of information to stakeholders. For example, if you are in an organization, you try to work for the people. You try to make people understand that you are there for them. You avail the information to them because you are aiming at helping them. You don't again hide information from the people whom you claim to be serving. So when you avail information to people, you are leading them with transparency, and that makes them to trust you. We have also what we call ethical leadership. I wrote down many things, but because of time, I'll try to skip a few of them and maybe pick out the majors. Ethical leadership means leading with moral principles and values. That is demonstrating integrity, transparency in your leadership, promoting a culture of ethics and accountability. You become a good leader. You become a leader who is serving the people, who is aiming at promoting others. Okay. A person who is not looking for only selfish gains, or who is not having selfish interests. You aim at serving others. You aim at the good, they call it better good. Yeah, something of that kind. Where you do something to help everyone, or to support everyone, or to benefit everyone. So our listeners, these three, integrity, transparency, and ethical leadership, if they're ingrained in our hearts, if they are made manifest in the community, in our homes, in our institutions, you realize that people will start trusting each other, and in so doing, we will start developing communities, because as you trust each other, you are able to work together.
Okay.
Yeah, that pulls people to work together, and we solve this puzzle of development. But again, There's the other thing we also look at,
Hmm.
being a Christian-founded organization. As we go on practicing integrity, transparency, and ethical leadership, we are in turn glorifying God. Like what the Bible says, that let your light so shine that they may see your good works and give glory to God. Every time we practice good and people see these good works,
Hmm.
living alone that we are trusted by these people, but we also glorify God through our good works. So as Pathway for Integrity Network, we are solving development, the paths of development. We are trying to remove the barriers of development,
Hmm.
those things that are failing us to work together because we cannot trust each other. So we are simply looking at building that good character, or that good part of the character, so that as we become good to others, then we can help or support one another.
Okay.
In so doing, we are building these trustworthy global communities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Pastor Isavier. He has actually explained well the impact, what impact is Pathway looking at, both in short and long run.
Yes.
You have actually put it categorically clear. Now, I really intend to take a short commercial break. When we return, we'll be diving more into understanding what are the current activities that Pathway is running, and of course, how can you be part of the activities? Because this is not for us only, but also for you. It is the aim is having a meaningful engagement of everyone.
Sure.
And how can you get on board? It's what we're going to be discussing. Stay with us. With us is 89 Smart FM, and we are running Reference Point, which is powered by Pathway for Integrity. 25 minutes past 8 p.m. Today is 14th of October 2024. It's I don't want to say cold Monday. Cold in terms of people not working, but weather, yes. In terms of weather, it's cold. So if you're coming to Ginger Town and you're not comfortable with quite cold weather, please carry with yourself a jacket or a sweater to keep you warm if you're expecting to have some movements here and there. I still have in studio Mr. Mwesigwa. I have Pastor Isavier, and we are talking Pathway for Integrity, understanding it in depth, and also getting to know what is the goal and what are we aiming at the end of this. Being agent for change, and also appreciating the fact that you and me, we can be part of this. It is not an exclusive, it's an inclusive program that welcomes everyone on board. Now, Mr. Mwesigwa, I am with you. I really want to know, and also my listener to understand, the current activities that Pathway for Integrity is currently running.
Yeah, dear listeners, I'm again Mwesigwa Godfrey. I'm the proprietor of Mwesigwa Family Enterprise here on the Zam Road, what others call popularly Bookshop, Mwesigwa Bookshop. And I'm part of the members of the board of directors, or the body members of Pathway for Integrity Network. And I want to, maybe some of the activities that we do in order to follow up this gospel of integrity, transparency, and ethical leadership is that we have the talk shows, like now we have this one, which we have on Smart FM every Monday, and talk shows elsewhere in another radio station. And also we have Thursday online meetings, Google Meet. We also always meet and talk. We've had a number of people that have kept talking to us, like Professor Tom and John, Reverend John. They have been of help, great help, and they have a lot of insight that they share with us in all these subjects concerning trust, transparency, integrity, and ethical leadership. And the other activity that we do, we have started doing community outreach the reason why we chose to go to community outreach is that we wanted to reach the community, one, and also to create awareness of the pathway for integrity network, what we do, and what we can be of help to the people around us. So we go out to groups that are organized, and they give us invitation within this area of the Jinja City. We have so far visited 2 groups, one in Ivunanga and another one in Kivubuka. And these people were so impressed because of our going there, and they were even wondering that we can go talk to them, and they thought we are politicians, but told them we are not. We are after helping ourselves, because once people get transformed, we shall all be beneficiaries of the transformation, because there will be economic development and many other benefits. So we go there, talk to them, tell them what we do, and then also find out how we can help them. Because if I can take a point, one of the organizations that we visited, they were not even registered by government. And they have been in existence for over 4 years, saving and doing what. So we told them, no, but this one we can assist you. Even we don't need to give you money, because we don't even have the money to give out. But we can give out ideas, we can guide you how to go about this, and also train you in the areas of integrity, so that when there is an opportunity, even in government, there is an opportunity, they want an organized group to be helped, we shall be able to recommend you.
Okay.
And then we share information with them, what we know, so that we can benefit together. So that's one reason is why we go to the community, and those people are really impressed by our going there, and we know there's a lot we can do together.
Actually, maybe to even share more about these community outreaches, we are still dealing with mindset shift, because we know that trust has been a barrier in development. We try to encourage these people to have integrity, to be people who are transparent, to be people who can develop good characters, so that at their local levels they can trust each other, and as they trust each other, they can be able to work together, because trust is a major element in development. We really emphasize it, but also we talk about shifting their mind to creativity and becoming people who can be able to use the available resources so that they reduce on dependency.
Okay.
We look so much at food security in families. At least you must have what is enough for yourself, and maybe also to be able to share with others. At least have what is enough for yourself. People have big gardens, people have fields where they can maybe do farming and the rest, but they are not using their land just because maybe they are not informed about what to do. People have very many groups there in communities, but they lack knowledge of how to go over with their groups. So this is what we normally go to do with them, just to prepare their mind, make them organized, and make them ready for an opportunity of help.
Okay.
But also to encourage them that they can help themselves, because they work, they save, and from that, these people can move to another level.
And additionally, we wanted them to see that pathway for integrity network, not a theoretical thing that is on the talk shows and is in Jinja. Wanted them for us to practice that integrity we are talking about with them, and help them in one way that we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, someone would wonder when you say we have outreaches, someone would wonder what it takes to go to a certain community, because we've talked about part of the agenda. You really talk about mindset, and you encourage trust and so many other things. So now someone listening in would say, okay, this is beautiful. Can a community invite Pathway for Integrity and say, okay, for us we sit here every single Monday, or every Sunday, or every Saturday, and we are 100. So you people of Pathway come and speak to us.
Yeah, these people can write to us, or can. At first, we gave an invitation to a certain sub-county in Ginger City, where we said that if there are groups, if there are developmental groups, they can write to us and give us an invitation. And we started with Budondo.
Yeah,
So
Budondo, yeah.
from Budondo, we got 2 groups, which we have actually visited and done a sample of reaching out to them and trying to talk to them. So we are still planning on widening the outreach.
Okay.
We will be announcing maybe the next outreach and which people can invite us.
Sure.
Yeah, for that. But we are very desirous to move. We really have that desire to move out and help people.
Okay.
Most especially organized groups.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Mwesigwa, you had mentioned outreach. Is there other activities that are running that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, as I've already said, some of the activities that we do is the Thursday meetings where we run. We invite people. Actually, on that note, I want to invite people that those who would like to be with us on that on that meeting,
Online meeting.
the Google Meet,
Yeah.
the online meeting every Thursday. We learn a lot of impactful issues concerning integrity, development, and so on. And usually they are Reverend John and Tom. They are always on those talk shows to share with us, and we learn a lot of things. So I want to encourage people who may be interested to join in every Thursday from 8 to 10.
Yeah, we have a WhatsApp number which we normally share. Actually, it is Thursday from 8 p.m. to 9:30. We were going up to 10, but we tried to reduce the time for to make sure that we have an impactful discussion. So members, this is not limited to only Pathway members. It is for everyone who is interested and who can spare some time to join us on that Google Meet.
Okay.
We meet with people from different countries, by the way. Some people are from Congo, some people from, we had one from Zambia, we have some from the US, and even within Uganda, we have people coming from different districts.
Districts, yes.
Yeah, so it is open to anyone.
So it's learning,
Yes.
networking.
Networking and learning.
Wow. Well, how can one be involved, Mr. Mwesigwa?
Yeah, I want to be involved, for example, in this Thursday online meeting. That one has already been mentioned. We are going to give you the contact so that you can join in every Thursday at 8 p.m. to 9:30, as already mentioned. And we can read for you the contact.
Yeah,
Can you the contact, please?
the WhatsApp contact, if you want to join us, it's 0741 437905. 0741 437905. There you just send us a message and show the interest of joining. Then we can either send you the link or add you on the platform, the Pathway for Integrity platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so how can
Additionally,
one?
how can one become a member? Additionally, if you want, we also encourage people to get involved in the activities of Pathway for Integrity Network. And one of what we would expect people to do, you can become a member, you can contribute financially, and to become a member you pay 50,000 and you become a member. But even if you don't choose to be a member,
50 you'll be a life member.
No,
yes,
it's an annual subscription.
annual subscription.
Yeah.
Of 10,000 per year.
Okay.
But also, even if you choose not to become a member, but you believe in the activities of or Pathway for Integrity Network, you can also contribute financially in any way that you can. And I think we shall be giving you contacts where you can contribute anything that you can. If you see that the programs that we are running and what we are talking about is favorable for you and you like it, and you'd like this message to spread to many other places, because we always having talk shows where we pay, and even those community outreaches that we do, we have to spend money, fuel and so on. So you can also contribute. But also the other thing I can also encourage you to do is to spread this gospel, this message. Tell people, share with people and tell them, well, it's good for us to do things truthfully. It's good for us to be transparent. It's good if you're a leader to lead ethically, and so on and so forth. And also, the other contribution you can do is by yourself getting transformed. You should be the one, first of all, to get transformed. Because even you, when you get transformed, you are part of the community. And each one of us makes contribution to the well-being of the community. And that's our aim.
Okay.
Actually, we use that method of be and build disciples. Like first become what you want to preach about. As you become, others will learn from you. And as you send out the message, they will easily take it because they see it in you. Yeah.
That's the reason we are going to the communities.
Okay. 0752-890-890. If you have a question to the gentleman I have in studio, please, you can connect with us on 0752-890-890. Now, Pastor Isavi, how can one be of help or support the organization? He has talked about being a member, but what is there beyond being a member that someone can do to support?
We have had very many people ask us that question. How can we be of help? Because there are people who hear this message and feel like supporting the organization. You can simply send us something which you can afford on this number 0745 08 05 36 0745 08 05 36. That number is only for those who want to support financially, and it is in the names of Innocent Anyole. Yeah, if you want to share with us your money, please send it on that number. The first one I read of 0741 is just for WhatsApp.
Okay.
Send us a message and connect with us. Don't send money on that line. The money for the line for money is 0745 08 05 36.
Okay.
Yeah. You can also support us by buying some of our materials, like we have books that were written by Professor Tom, where we got the idea of developing or coming up with Path of Integrity Network. And this book is entitled Solving the Puzzle of Development. It was written mostly trying to address the challenges we Africans are facing concerning development, or what is making us not develop, or what is leading to underdevelopment.
Okay.
So if you buy that book, it can do good to you. Yeah.
Okay.
At 15,000 a copy.
15,000 a copy.
Yes.
And location?
Location, we are located at Clive Road, behind Bank of Africa. Bank of Africa, which is at Aridina Road. There's that tall building, that tall new building. It's called Haji Hussein Building.
Okay.
Floor number 1 and the shop number 21. That's where we are located.
Okay.
That's where we have the office here.
Well, I really want to invite you, the listener, to join us at 0752-890-890. I really want to appreciate people that are following. There's a group of people, they call themselves Idi Amin Dada.
Wow.
So they have been telling me they are following, but they call themselves Idi Amin Dada.
Wow.
In that group, there is CPS Livia, there is manager Yuga Ford, Mr. Pepe Samuel, there is operations manager of one of our good banks here, Mr. Joshua, and I'm here to find out. For us here, we are Pathway for Integrity. Now I'm about to pick interest to know why you call yourselves and me. But they're trying to tell me, no, this man.
Wow.
For us here, we are for integrity, and so you said, Pastor, that thing to do with meetings on Thursday. Someone needs to book earlier, or
You send
is
us
it an
a
open
message.
link that
It's an open link.
me I can forward it to another person?
Actually, we encourage people to share these links because
Okay.
we want the message to reach out to different people. So if you get a link and share it in your group, you also encourage your friends to share the link.
Okay.
We want to have as many as we can.
And I will pick your
Right.
comment, your contribution. It would be one way or the other feedback useful for better planning of Pathway for Integrity. Also, getting to know what you think can be of help to our community. Remember, at the end goal is transforming our community, socio-economic transformation, and we can only achieve this if we have a community
That is trusted.
with a trust.
Yeah.
If the community is not trusted, however much we say billion shillings, no districts receive billion shillings for road maintenance. I mean constructing roads and maintaining. 1 billion. So if that 1 billion is not used well, my friend. Okay, I was still talking about, we have had cases, by the way. I was moderating a show and people were telling me, for us, we have not seen value for money, 1 billion, where the chairman also felt should explain. I mean, I was like, okay, 1 billion. Now, when I invited one of the chairpersons to explain about this 1 billion, the man was busy talking about, we made this road, so he avoided getting into nitty-gritties to tell us we made 4 kilometers. Okay, is it first class marathon, second class? How did you spend it? Because that's how you can bring out. That's how people can view you as a person of integrity.
Transparency.
When you break it down to nitty-gritties. But the man was talking about quantitative. Quantity, we did this road, we fixed this, we fixed the other. But quality and also giving figures, he was trying to abstain from it.
And this is what we try to emphasize. People who go in such positions, they come from our homes.
Sure.
And we say charity begins at
At
home.
home.
Yeah. So we want everyone to become responsible,
Okay.
to think about how best we can
Now-
work towards development.
Now, Pastor, going forward, and Mr. Mwesigwa, do we really have at one point an opportunity to also dive into public social accountability, where we can have leaders, a forum where you gentlemen of Pathway for Integrity, maybe and leaders, share a forum and discuss?
Yeah, actually we plan on that. It is in one of our activities.
Okay.
Where we want one day we try to write to the state clerk here.
Let's wrap up. Mr. Mwesigwa, let me start with you.
Yeah, listeners, thank you for listening to us. And once again, this is Pathway for Integrity Network. I'm Mwesigwa Godfrey. I'm one of the board members of Pathway for Integrity Network. And I'm committed to preaching this gospel and practicing the gospel of integrity, transparency, and ethical leadership. I'm apparently a leader. I lead pastors in Jinja District and Jinja City and some part of Jeru. I'm the chairman, their chairman. It's a fellowship of many people, over 500 members. And by the grace of God, I've been practicing. I'm trying my best to practice integrity and transparency and ethical leadership. It's my prayer that our listeners will take this message across. The fact that people are even willing to contribute is a sign that what we are talking about is something that is beneficial to our community. And we pray that more people will take it up and spread it and practice it for the good of the community.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mwesigwa. And one way for our people to appreciate that we can build our communities and transform our communities, also to support local businesses here. And so the back to school season is still on, so you can go to Mwesigwa station and when you support Mwesigwa, you're supporting Pathway for Integrity in one way or the other. Because at the end of it, these are men that have decided also to give service beyond self. And so if you boost his business, you're boosting this big idea. Pastor.
Yes. I want to begin with that very point you mentioned. Mr. Mwesigwa has always invested in our community outreaches.
Sure.
Driving his own vehicle, putting in his own fuel, sometimes buying for people who visit bikes and whatsoever. So he has been greatly a part of the organization. And so if you invest in his business, you are investing in Pathway. I want to leave out to our dear listeners with the three that we are looking at a trusted community where we have members who are trusted, but also members to shift their mindset to learning to use the available resources. If you learn to use the available resources, you can also add in creativity. Let's be creative. Some people are just dependents. And that's why most of the time we are thinking about going abroad, finding Bazungu to support us, and even the things we can do for ourselves. We become dependents just because we are not using our brains. I remember when we were discussing with Professor Tom, trying to come up with the idea of this integrity group, he was challenging us of how much we want to depend on the West, even on things we can manage to do for ourselves. We have lots of resources around us. The country is very rich, but because we are not trusted, because we are not creative, because we are not thinking beyond ourselves, we end up being dependent all the time. But if we can only wake up in these three areas and effectively work towards development, then we will have a better Busoga, we will have a better Uganda within a short time.
Sure.
This takes everyone to becoming responsible. Don't just hear this message and leave it. Think about what you can do to bring about transformation. Become an agent of change. That's what I can simply say.
Thank you so much, Pastor Isavier. Thank you so much, Mr. Mwesigwa. And so, ladies and gentlemen that have been with us today, we don't take your company for granted. We really appreciate that you have always chosen to be with us. And so, Pathway for Integrity show will be returning on Monday, same time, same station. Good night.